Hey guys, do you know what we're gonna make with these ingredients today?
Cake.
We're gonna make a pudding cream cake. Are you excited, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, are you gonna help? Are you ready to help? Let's go! Hello everyone! Lauren Kalawik here with Cooking with Lauren K at home, here with my buddy Andy, who's gonna be helping me. Gavin might join us at some point, but Andy decided that he's gonna be my helper for this part. Are you ready, Andrew? Yeah? What are we making today? What are we making today? What's this right here? Making cake?
Making cake.
Making cake. So we are going to make a vanilla cream cake, a vanilla pudding cream cake. So uses just a couple ingredients, which you saw just a couple seconds ago. First of which starts out with a simple box cake mix. So you can use, I love the French vanilla. We have the white cake mix today. You could do this with chocolate as well. You need a bowl. Andy, you have our bowl ready?
Soda.
Yeah, you can pour in the soda. Do you want to help me pour in this cake mix? Ready? So we're gonna add to our bowl one cake mix, just a regular size cake mix. There we go. And for this recipe, you can either do the box mix, eggs and oil and water, or you can actually just do 1 can of soda. So we are gonna do 1 can of soda. Crack that open there. Andy, can you use 2 hands and pour that in for me, please? There you go. And while Andy's doing that, I'm gonna spray our pan with some Pam to prevent sticking. Is it all in there?
Yes.
Is it all in there? Oh, got a few more there. Good job. Good job, helper. All right, now we are going to whisk this together. Can you whisk it? And all you have to do is whisk that soda in with your cake mix, and that actually takes the place of the egg, oil, and water. But you can go the egg, oil, and water route if you don't have soda on hand as well. 12 ounces of soda, so if you don't have cans and you have a 2 liter, you would measure out 1.5 cups. So we're just gonna whisk that together, and we're gonna bake this for 18 to 20 minutes on 350 degrees. For those of you who have Lauren K cookbooks, this is very similar to the vanilla coconut cream cake that is on page 207. So if you have one of those, you have the recipe, and I'm doing a version of that. We're just doing a plain vanilla version. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, you're doing good. You think it's done? All right, we're gonna pour this into the pan, and I will bake that for 18 to 20 minutes, and then I'll show you what to do after that. So, my rule for determining whether a cake is done or not is batter is bad using a toothpick, and crumbs or clean is okay. So mine has a little bit of crumbs and it's clean, so it is done, ready to come out. All right, so our cake is finished, and we are going to make our pudding and poke some holes in this cake. So what you want to do is take a butter knife. Before you start this step, I would let your cake sit for about 30 minutes just to completely cool off. And then you're going to take your butter knife and just poke many holes in this cake. And what the holes are used for is to allow the pudding to seep down into those holes and make your cake nice and moist. Also adds flavor on the inside of the cake and gets that pudding flavor and texture all over. Now, one of my favorite things about this cake is that you can use any cake mix, any can of soda, any pudding mix, and any extract for the topping that we're gonna use. So it's really a versatile recipe to adapt to any flavors that you want. I've done root beer float cake before with root beer and some root beer extract, so you can really make it your own. For the pudding step, we are going to use 2 packages of the 4 serving size of instant vanilla pudding. So I'm just gonna add that. Make sure that you get the instant. One time I got the cook and serve, and I tried to mix it in a bowl, and it didn't work out very well. So make sure that when you go to purchase it, you actually get the instant and not the cook and serve. So 2 packages of our instant pudding, and then to that we are going to add 3 cups of milk. And I would recommend that you do the hole poking step, if you want to call it that, at the same time that you are mixing your pudding. So we're going to take a whisk that I finally found and go ahead and whisk together your milk with the pudding mix. And the reason why, after a minute or so, your pudding is gonna set just slightly. You don't wanna make this ahead because you want it to get down into the crevices of that cake. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour about half of my pudding mix while it's kind of in this runny stage down into the holes of my cake, and it's gonna seep down in. Save some of this for the top, so we're not gonna use quite all of that. Take a spoon and just kind of smooth that over and kind of down into the holes. You can gently press that pudding down into those holes so it fills those holes, and once it sets, it's gonna give a great flavor down inside of that cake and make it super moist. So now we're ready to top the remainder of our pudding onto our cake, and saving some of that pudding for the top of your pudding layer kind of gives a nice pudding layer that doesn't seep all down into the cake. So you're going to spread that final amount of more set pudding on top of your cake there, and that's what's going to make it the vanilla pudding cake. So next step that we're gonna do, I'm gonna set this part aside, and we're gonna turn our attention to our whipped topping. So you really only need, you can use the light version, you can use the sugar-free version. I just have the regular whipped topping here today. An 8-ounce container of whipped topping, and we're gonna add a little bit of flavoring to that. I have a vanilla extract, and we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into that whipped topping. Again, I've used root beer extract, I've used coconut extract, you can use almond extract. So whatever flavor you're trying to accomplish with your pudding cake, you can use an extract of that type to kind of complement the pudding and the cake flavor. So you're just gonna take your spatula, rubber scraper here, and just fold in that extract. You don't want to whisk it because it'll make your whipped topping go completely flat. You don't want that. So you really still want the volume of the whipped topping, kind of fold that over to mix that in there. And then we are going to take, let me move my spoon here, do a little balancing act. We are gonna take dollops of our whipped topping and put them on top of the pudding layer. Now, how good is this gonna taste? Oh, it's gonna be so delicious. What an awesome summer dessert this is for Memorial Day or a 4th of July picnic that you have coming up. Just get that onto there here. Oh my goodness. And then just smooth that very gently on top of your pudding layer. I can't wait to serve this. I'm actually making this for my friend Steph's 35th birthday. So Stephanie Rossman, for those of you who know her. So can't wait to share this with her birthday, and I'll show you what a piece of this looks like when it's all set. Once I am finished here, you can actually serve this immediately. I think it tastes the best if it sits for an hour or so in the refrigerator, but that is by no means absolutely necessary. You can eat it immediately if you want to, but if you let it set, it kind of gels up a little bit better. And look at that, we are done. And this really probably only took me about 20 minutes of hands-on time, if that. So there's our cake, can't wait to dig in. Here is our finished cake. Look how delicious that looks. Several pieces already gone. I hope you guys give this a try. Stay safe and healthy. Have a good day.